Hi everybody, it's me, Lindsie. I'm making this blog entry today, and I'm going to promise you I'll try to play some games. Though I'm going to go and do a little work researching on, information through Fortress Fury, thanks to courtesy of, I'm sorry, I'm a little frustrated right now because I got on my Twitter and as I remember, I did 2 likes of videos of Rena Scully, and she favored my tweets. I'm like, oh my god, I really like her, and even though I have not been lately watching her videos because I've been either watching Philip DeFranco or Jordan Marin, aka Captain Sparkles. And besides that, I'm also a little flustered and all that. Besides Ren and Nicholas, I also had to watch Felix, aka PewDiePie's video, which was that I found out that I guess something happened not yesterday, but the day before was sorry about that. Stupid. It's my family computer. It's been used by me and my mother, so I'm kind of embarrassed about that. But anyway, yeah, because I've been really been watching, mostly I've been trying to watch Phil or Jordan Manic, Captain Sparkles, but I had also watched, PewDiePie's, Felix aka PewDiePie's video of him in Los Angeles, and it was not yesterday, but the day before, that, Felix and Marcia and, of course, his 2 friends, and also who deal with everything that he does when he's home in England. Brad and Michael. Anyway, I found out. But I was like, I was watching it, and I say, oh my god, Jordan Marin. I'm like, oh my god, because I was like, wait, I didn't notice instantly because till like Felix said, hey everybody, look, it's Captain Sparkles. So I'm like, wait, and I should have known because he was like right behind Marcia when Felix was like getting so mad. Anyway, yeah, it was about him shooting for Scared PewDiePie for the 2nd season, and I guess Ken's gonna be in it, Jordan, I guess. I think people are wondering if Markiplier is going to be. I guess he will be, because he was last season, and I will have to check that out. I'm still working on ways to do that. So anyway, besides that, and of course, yesterday, or I should say last night, I was like, when I was trying to watch the election results, and I was really kind of mad that, New Jersey had only done one thing, and that's just making sure that there's no way of building casinos up north, because Atlantic City is like, ugh. But that's question number 1. Everybody voted for no. But question number 2, everybody voted for yes, and I was like, no, that's not right. So, and how I know about this is I got it from information from New Jersey 101.5, because my mother told me, because she was listening to them when she was going to work. And I guess she heard from, Bill Spee, who's has his morning show. And so I had to check this out, so I went on to their website, and then of course I found their YouTube channel. So anytime I want to check out, and I subscribed to, and believe me, I subscribed to them. So anyway, so besides all that kind of craziness, I was actually really kind of was waiting to see who was concerned to be the number 1 in the indie power ranking. I know I don't talk much about this, but I should do. I love to. I was wondering who was going to be number 1 in the indie power ranking, because after all, I figured out that, because of this past weekend, and that happened, Chris Hero ends up winning the IWA Mid-South Ted Petty Invitational. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, maybe it should have been, I don't know. So I was like, please, I was like, oh, wait, Chris wins. Sorry, that's how I'm feeling. So because of that, I was like going crazy, and I'm like, I need to vote for Chris. I mean, he needs to be number one again. I'm like everybody was like, there were probably people who were like, why is Chris winning? I mean, I know that he won I know he got number one last month because he won the Gym Lyman tournament over at AAW, but but Chris won the IW Mid-South tournament, the Ted Petty Invitational. Now, before anybody gets mad at me and stuff, let me explain. The Ted Petty Invitational was not the name of it, even though it was changed to that because of a former wrestler called Ted Petty, I guess, had passed away, and I guess Ian Rotten, who is, I believe he's the owner, well, I'm not sure if I would say owner, but he's the one who probably had changed it. Originally, it was called the Sweet Science 16, I guess in the first 2 years. Don't quote me wrong. And I know Chris won the first one. So, it's like, now it's like 16 years later, and he wins the Ted Petty Invitational. And so last night I was waiting so badly because after all I was still freaking out of the nightmare I had. And it's actually, I guess, not a good idea to watch. I'm not sure if it was a good idea to explain this, but I guess I was watching, because what happened was I woke up around 4 o'clock in the morning. That's of course, the time of the election, the day of the election, it was 4 a.m. So I was trying to get back to sleep, but I ended up watching Zine, the Trollcraft server master. I guess you can say he's one of the server madmen, so you can say, who ended up blogging about what he did for Jordan, and it was around, I guess, Monday. I watched Jordan, and he was getting his and of course he was getting his reward. He won during Pixelmon, and after he beated Sunny and Craner for it, and of course, once he did, and then of course he got coordinates. And I won't tell you much the rest, because unless you guys have seen Trollcraft and all three of them, and even though I also found out that LD Shadow Lady, her and her friends are also starting Trollcraft, but they're using other mod packs. And I just watched her, and actually also Joey Graceffa, who I heard a lot that he's one of the popular YouTubers that have been mentioned. I did not know he played Minecraft. I'm surprised myself, but I checked him out as well, and so far, I mean, wow. But I guess there's going to be a difference between what I see with Jordan, Ian, and Craner against what Lizzie and Joey are doing, and of course other friends of Lizzie, but I haven't checked them out yet. So anyway, so I watched and knows that Zine got hate too. And if you guys don't know, I made another blog about this, about why there was hate thrown, because it was at Craner and Jordan, and even as I said before, because I know I'm saying this, I know because Zine, Craner, and Jordan, and Ian all talked about this, and And I was really mad about that. Now Zine's being targeted. I mean, he was doing something, and for Jordan, you know, and now everybody's cursing at Zine, saying, "Oh, that was a stupid thing. You can't do that." Like, he can do what he wants. He's not playing the game. He's helping. He's trying to at least help out the guys. But I think everybody was being such a savage. So anyway, so I was watching that, and I was gonna try to go to sleep, and after I had to do, and the next thing you know, I get this weird, awful dream that it was actually more of a nightmare. My mother was trying to trick me out, trying to prove me, and it has to do with my favorite Rustler, Chris Hero. And I'm like, what's going on? And I think my mother was trying to say that he's not what I seen online. And I'm like, is she kidding me? I mean, it would have been better if my nightmare was more better into a dream when my friends Valentina and Anne would have came and rescued me. I mean, after all, I think Valentina told me that she had seen Chris when he was still employed by NXT, when he's still employed by WWE at that time, but under the NXT roster. But I don't know. I was kind of upset and angry about this, but it was just horrible that has happened. And I mean, there were a lot of photos. I mean, they are not photoshopped, and I don't know why, but I don't if it because of what I was watching on YouTube, because that's not true. I mean, that would be weird. And there were a lot of things I could say, but I can't go into further more, because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. But anyway, but yeah, the reason why I'm making this vlog, besides I want to talk about some crazy things, is I wanted to tell you guys something. I'm not sure if it's right now on Vice.com, but I found out Vice is having a documentary called Taurima Death. And before you guys go crazy on me and thinking there's probably dead bodies, actually, that's not the ideal of this. And I think I know what the documentary is about. If I'm not mistaken, the documentary on Vice is actually about Combat Zone Wrestling things annual show called Taurima Death. And this year, I know that, I'll let you guys know, this is a spoiler. In CCW's Taurima Death this year was, winner is Ricky Shane Page. Now, I'm not kind of pleased that he won, but he did. And there are other wrestlers in this, but the one I know besides him is one of my other favorite wrestlers, Tim Tomst, who partake in this tournament. Now, I know this is going to sound so crazy, but hear me out. It's kind of violent, gory because of the blood, and I know about this because I had to keep my eyes out on the results when people were tweeting about this, because I was hoping to see if Tim would win, but he didn't, and because he got eliminated by Ricky Shane Page in the beginning. There's a little history. Let me give you a little history about Combat Zone Wrestling, and then of course the Taurima Death. Combat Zone Wrestling was sort of founded. I don't know. I can pull it up on my, actually, I just want to make sure. I think it's been founded somewhere. Okay, so it's been founded in 1999 by a man known as Rustler, known as John Zantek, and I'm not sure what's going on, but I know Zandig had returned this year and was revealed at the Taurima Death. And what happened is he founded this, and with his students that he had trained, and they all ended up, forming it's considered to be known as an ultra-violent kind of wrestling thing, and it's mostly seen in it's been seen throughout upon with the greater Philadelphia area, but it's also been, there's also other places, including around New Jersey, which is recently where their show's been taking place. But otherwise, they'll have like their tournament of death will be taken outside. Some of the wrestlers who had been in CCW, like for example, WWE referee Drake Woods, who was once wrestled as Drake Younger. He actually wrestled in CCW. WWE superstar Dean Ambrose had wrestled in Combat Zone. I'm trying to think who else that had been into CCW, who has been on others. Oh yeah, I forgot. WWE superstar Cesaro, who wrestled under his real name, Claudio Castagnoli. He had wrestled in there. Actually, he was a 2-time tag team champion with my favorite wrestler, Chris Hero. It is mostly, it is a very hardcore wrestling or ultra violence, and it's mostly has been in charge of, I guess mostly it's the key of the people who are there, including is John Zandig and DJ Hyde, and I guess that's what's going on. Not sure. It's usually because of these storylines and stuff, but I don't know. There were a lot of other things happen, but the I will also tell you guys, okay. There are other, stuff going on, and, I guess I could explain. The, Tournament of Death, which you guys will probably see on Vice, the Tournament of Death began in 2002, and as I mentioned before, that this year alone, Tim Donst had debuted. This was his first Tournament Death, but he lost to Shane Page, who ends up winning, and this is the only tournament win besides the besides any other things, I guess I could say. I'm having a hard time speaking about this. Anyway, like I said, some of the wrestlers who I know that I mentioned, I think, like WWE referee Drake Woods, and I think Dean Ambrose had been into Tournament of Death themselves. But, yeah. So if you guys were wondering if Chris Hero he hasn't when he was in CCW, because I think it was during around that time, he was, I guess, going back and forth between, working with CCW and Jakara. But don't quote me on that. Just looking through all of this. So like I said, WWE referee Drake Woods had Actually, because he won in 2007. No, wait, or was it 2006? Wait, I'm so confused. No, it was 2006, right? No, it was Taurima Death 7. Yeah. And he won that. He won that. He has been into it. Dean Ambrose have, but like I said, I know Chris Hero hasn't. Neither has Claudio Castagnoli. But I know they had won the tag titles in CCW. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this will be in, I think I'm not sure, I'm going to give my honest review about that if I ever get to, if I'm going to try to check throughout all of Vice.com to see if I can find it, but I'll have to check into the Vice Facebook page and see when that's supposed to be on. And if I'm probably sure it will be on the website today or tomorrow. I'm not sure, even though they said it would because of it. But, I mean, this is the only tournament Ricky Shane Page win. And I said before that, I think I did say this before, but Ricky Shane Page had competed in his first ever IWM South Tapeti Invitational, but he actually made it up to the semifinals before he actually lost. And before he ended up losing in the semifinals to my favorite wrestler, Chris Hero, who ends up winning, like I said, the Tapeti Invitational, because he made it into the, excuse me, I'm a little burpy and going on. Before he made it to the, finals, where he goes up against, one of the young wrestlers known as, known as John Wayne Murdoch, and he won. Huh. Really? Wow. Leave it up to Wikipedia. So anyway, so despite of all nerves and all silliness and all crazy, I'm just letting you guys know. What else I should talk about? Yeah, I guess that's about it. Sorry, I'm a little bit shaky. So, thank you for you guys watching. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go on right now and do finding through Fortress Fury. Right. Oh jeez, Jordan hasn't not posted any video. Right, because he was doing something. Guess. Huh. He doesn't say anything on Twitter. Oh, great. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit frustrated because there's also something else that's bothering me. If you guys don't know, my phone is about to be really in trouble. Oh, that's the reason. you guys don't know, I have a little phone problem, and besides that, I may have to start over with Minecraft story mode, because like I said, because after the audio was not working right. I'm not sure, so I will try to fix that and some other things. Okay, so anyway, I will see you guys later, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.